course, from Germany, from Ukraine, from Canada, and from the USA.
What a sight. Well, Simon, there's a dark line appearing down the centre of the rink.
Yes, you can see it there. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I'm sure the ice engineers must be having heart failure, because it looks to me as though they've got a blocked pipe in the system. And it's got worse as the day's gone on, and it's always the last part of the ice to freeze. And they'll have to work on that through the night, because if it continues, if it gets worse, you're going to end up with a ridge there, and they won't be able to hold the competition.
That's slightly crucial then,
I should say.
And you're used to these kind of problems. What's the problem? Unblock the pipe, yeah, but I mean, how easy is that?
Well, I'm not sure what sort of pad they've got down here. It could be very, very difficult. It could be very, very difficult to do in a day.
We could be here for a long time.
We could. I don't mind. Nice here.
I don't mind either.
Day at the beach tomorrow? But no, it is. It could be a serious problem.
Canadians, Kristy, Sargent, and Kris WIRTZ, they were desperately disappointed. They shouldn't be in this group. In 11th place, they start their free. Remember, they were 6th last year. Who knows, if they have a terrific performance in the free, they might lift themselves to that kind of place. It's possible, because the marks here count for 66% of the total marks.
Dicey moment just off camera. It's they only put 4 couples out in the warm-up simply because of that it's very, very easy to have an accident when pairs are training.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the throws, you've got the side-by-side jumps. You've got to have a third eye, haven't you, really? Looking around you. Great to see the place is packed. I mean, it is causing a problem with the heat, but isn't it wonderful?
Yeah, it is. There's going to be a fantastic atmosphere as we get down to the final 2 groups.
Prince Albert knows his sport. Been in the Olympics, of course, as a bobsleigh man. But this is terrific. The ISU knew what they were doing when Brisbane failed to come up with their deal for television. They quickly brought it to the French. Of course, the French Federation is rich. Of course, they wanted it badly, but I think their decision's been pretty well vindicated by the crowds that we've had here. It's Paul WIRTZ, Kris WIRTZ's brother, the trainer of these 2 Canadians. We've seen a few falls here in practice. The OBERTAS there.
I know for the free dance, you can't get a ticket for love nor money for that.
Really? You were out selling yours, weren't you?
No.
No, only joking.
I wouldn't miss the opportunity of being sat next to you for another 4 hours, Simon. You know that.
I know.
Some stern faces down there during this warm-up. There's a few nerves out on the rink. By the looks of things, it's not gone according to plan by any stretch of the imagination.
I'll tell you where you'd rather be, though. In
1 row back.
1 row back.
Yeah, for sure.
That's where the Hungarians are sat. And there's a certain Diana Pot who's there. I was looking a lot happier than she was 2 or 3 hours ago, but then sitting 1 row behind you would make her that excited.
Absolutely. Well, I don't think any of our viewers would disagree that she's a darn sight more better looking than you.
I don't know about that, certainly on the ice.
Have you looked in the mirror lately?
Now the warm-up's over, some of the guys putting in some pretty heavy work. Annick Gaillaget, trainer in Paris.
It was a quick shot, but I think it was Eric Mio sat alongside her.
He was a wonderful skater, he probably still is, but when he was competing.
Indeed it was. There he is.
Good spot.
Ladies and gentlemen, last minute.
Those pills are working. Your eyesight's dramatically improved. Last night you couldn't spot a jump. How are you naming the crowd 100 yards away?
All personal friends.
His name?
Arnold.
I know him, Sergei Bubka. He's come over with Prince Albert, obviously from Monaco. That's where they live. Sergei Bubka, Olympic pole vault champion. Last minute of the warm-up.
Warm-up is over. Will you please clear the ice?
And now the moments that count. It would be the Germans to go first, then the Ukraine, then the Canadians, then the Americans. Prince Albert deep in conversation. So here we go then, with the German number twos. Still to come, Peggy Schwartz and Mirko Muller. But here's a couple in 12th place. Mariana KAUTZ and Norman JESCHKE. The timing wasn't right, but triple toes.
Both got really good height on them.
Double axel, but he landed going forwards. No, not quite.
Seems as though they're giving all the elements a little bit too much.
Nice combination, double toe, double loop. German number two's doing pretty well. Mariana KAUTZ and Norman JESCHKE, the second World Championships. They were 16th last year. Disappointing in Europeans in Vienna, only got to 10th place. But I think they're going to move up from 12th place. Of course, only couples above them still to go. But that wasn't bad. It wasn't flawless by any means. It was pretty good.
It was. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was a great choice of music, something the crowd could get behind, and that could be an important key with the number of people in here. Really does create such a fantastic atmosphere. Here's a look at the twist at the beginning. Only a double, but nicely executed. Here's another look at the toe loops. You can see he spotted way before she did. Both made 3 turns, but the synchronization not as good as it might have been. Look at the loop, throw, double loop. And there, side-by-side double axles. It was a very powerful performance. A lot of energy throughout the program. The throw triple toe. She's late getting into that position. Not a good tight position in the air.
Both used to compete as single skaters before switching to pairs. Mark's a little muted. It's good news for the Kazakhstan couple, who've moved up a place as a result of that, because what's happened is that KAUTZ and JESCHKE have gone second on the night in front of Varankova and Labala, which means that Kalcherina and Ardashov have moved up. But a lot of the people here thought that was the best they've seen so far. I have to say, I still preferred Kalcherina and Ardashov. I think the judges have got it right. It would be second for me, although the Slovak and the Czech don't.
Well, I'd agree with you, Simon. I don't very often, but I would on that one.
Thank you. So on the night, it's the Germans who lead, but that might change as well. Sophie Mongnot alongside Sergei Bubka. So plenty of stars around. Not sat next to me though. Here from the Ukraine, Yulia OBERTAS and Dimitri PALARMARCHUK. 10th place. Yulia just 15 years of age, Dimitri 20. Oh yes, side by side, triple toe loops. double axel out of nowhere.
So much length on that throw.
Did she single out there?
She did, yep. It was the attempt at the double axels. So she only managed to single.
It looked so well synchronized, you had to almost look twice to see that she'd done so. Almost like it was choreographed. Lovely split twist. Only a double, but beautifully done. Triple Salchow.
Well, that was great because they were having problems with that in the warm-up. No problem when it mattered.
She fell right on top of him.
That's a bad fall.
That really is. He's barely conscious.
Yeah, I think he has lost consciousness, yeah.
Oh, dear.
That was a hard fall.
I have to say, in the history of watching World Championships, I've not seen that before. It happens, but not in major competition. What sadness, because
they were doing so well. He's completely out of it, isn't he?
They were. It was so good. And he can't keep upright. He's lost all balance. In fact, it would be better to leave him there, I'd have thought, just for a few minutes.
Yeah, they should get a stretcher or something. Completely out of it.
Well, we've had so much drama in these World Championships already. We can't take too much more of this. What a shame, because that was some performance. He's absolutely out of it.
Well, they should put him down.
Yeah.
Just lie him down.
Yes. At last.
Dear me. Poor guy. Well, they were skating out of their skins.
I don't know if she hurt herself as well, because obviously all our attention's on him, but she fell right on top of him.
Well, she'd be shocked. There's no doubt about that, because it's the most awful feeling, but
was how it happened.
Well, as he does the turns, he has to do mohawks. And it's so easy. Just caught the outside edge and nothing he could do. She falls straight on top of him in the side of his head, hit the floor with an incredible impact.
In fact, he did well to hold her for as long as he did.
Yeah, look, he's just trying to... Whoa, dear me. That is your worst nightmare in pairs.
Yes.
Your worst nightmare. The ice is so unforgiving.
Oh, our thoughts now is, just hope he gets better, but I don't know what happens as far as the competition is concerned, because they can't mark that, can they? Although it was 2/3 of the way through the performance, they can't mark it, can they?
I don't think they will.
No.
I don't think they will.
They just have to have a withdrawal.
They can mark it. They can mark it. But that is your worst nightmare.
It's a dangerous game, the pairs competition. And that's why, not just with the throw jumps, but the lifts particularly. It's a horror story, and he's no better now. It just leaves a nasty taste in the mouth, doesn't it?
It certainly does. It's good to see that the experts are in there now, and it's in good hands.
Yes. He got the right attention.
Straight away.
It's not put blame around. Let's hope it's not too serious. It's serious, all right. Let's hope it's not too serious. It happens, doesn't it? The pairs we talked about. Lena Berezhnaya before.
It's a very, very dangerous
went
sport.
through her side of her head.
Yeah.
A few years ago with a former partner.
Very, very dangerous sport.
Can you get the next pair?
In fact, most sports are at top level. Anything can happen because you're pushing the boundaries all the time. One of the most common injuries in the pairs competition is for the man to be hit across the face or the bridge of the nose on the triple twist. It's an unusual accident.
Well, the first time we've seen Prince Albert at a major skating competition. Of course, Nice just, 30 kilometers down the road. And it was not the evening that we hoped to see.
At least he's moving.
Yes. As you said, it was the impact of her banging his head onto the ice.
I've hit my head on the ice a few times, and it just isn't forgiving. It's like hitting a concrete.
Ladies and gentlemen, the doctors will decide if the pair representing Ukraine will skate at the end of this group.
They're saying that the pair may skate at the end of the group, but I think
can't see that.
I really think that's out of the question. I think they're stretching optimism too far. And here's why. You can see his feet just going from under him, and there she goes, cracking his head onto the ice. Just nothing that could be done.
Well, what happens is he caught an outside edge, and the skate won't turn anymore. So it literally stops going along, and his body weight just took over.
So there'll be some wait now while they decide what to do. As you heard, they're talking about Yulia and Dimitri going at the end of this group, which could be in around 10 minutes' time. They're not going to be ready for that. It's just possible they might have been ready by the end of the evening, but I don't think even that. I don't think they're not going to be ready by the weekend.
No, you're dead right. There's no way they're going to come back out on the ice, and there's no way they should. After an impact like that, he was clearly unconscious for a short period of time, in all likelihood he's going to be concussed. And there's no way he should come back out on the ice.
No, I mean, even if in normal terms he's conscious and thinking straight, there's no way he can compete in a World Championships after something like that.
No.
Real.
And with the temperature in here, there's no way they're going to be able to. They were virtually at the end of the program. There's no way they're going to have the stamina or the mental conditioning to be able to psych themselves up and put in any sort of performance.
So out on the ice now come the Canadians, who are next to go. In 11th place, their short program, and they're taking their time. Obviously, there's been a long delay, so they're going to wait for as long as they can before they're called to order. Also, it focuses the crowd attention back on the ice. Kristy Sargent and Kris WIRTZ, who've had a troubled time already this week with, by their standards, a fairly ordinary short program. And it'll be interesting to see how long they decide to warm up. I think the judges are giving them a fair amount of time just to get their act together, focus themselves and us on what they have to do.
Sur la glace, représentant le Canada.
It's not been a great competition for Canada so far. Elvis Stoker hasn't really performed. Let's see what these can do. From Red Deer in Alberta, Kristy Sargent and Kris WIRTZ.
Out of the triple toe, and it was only a double from her, so not an auspicious start. Oh dear.
Meant to be a triple twist, but what's happening here? Their concentration is completely gone by what's happened before. If they're asking the judges to start again, or is there something else remiss?
But you can't blame them, to be honest with you. Just an awful injury.
They're going up to the referee, asking what they can do. If they can ask to skate again. Alexander Lakanik is the man in charge. What can he do? I mean, this is new ground, but he seems to have lost all concentration. What a way to bow out. This is probably their last championship. They're thinking of retiring at the end of this season, so this will be the last time we see them. And he says he doesn't think he can go through with this. She seems okay, but he doesn't. Well, the drama just continues right the way through. We've had something every day.
I think what's going to happen is they're going to be allowed to pick the program up from where they left off, probably after the twist.
I think he wanted to start again.
Yeah.
Or maybe have a delay and then start again.
We talked about the mind games. It's so difficult after an injury like that, after seeing something like that, to get your brain in gear.
Well, the crowd will give them every support once they start again. course, you watch every lift now with a certain amount of trepidation.
Oh, well done.
So triple Salchow. Lovely synchronization on the side-by-side spins. Yep. Double axels. Double toe loops. Double axel, an enormous one too, but she had to double foot. Beautiful. Debussy's Claire de Lune, and well done to these two for making us feel a little bit more comfortable. Because I don't know about you, Kris, I just felt distinctly nervous every time there was a lift, and you suddenly realise what a precarious business this is.
Yeah, incredible scenes. They did so well. Some fantastic elements, and it's clear for all to see that, you know, he's completely out of it, isn't he?
Yes. She seems fine, actually, doesn't she?
Yeah.
But he is stunned. It's amazing. He probably went on that in autopilot. The autopilot failed for a few seconds,
Yeah.
and then he got back into it, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Because you do the routine so many times in practice, in a way you don't have to think too much as long as you're not thinking. And he was thinking too much.
I think you're right. Well, all credit to both of them for making it through to the end of the program. I know what you mean. You look at those lifts and it makes you realize how dangerous it all is. Let alone the throws.
A couple who got married in May of last year. Something to tell Kristy's daughter, Tristan, who's coming up 7. This is their swan song, what a way to bow out. They did themselves proud in every way.
It really did. It'll be a difficult one for the judges to mark, obviously with that break in between and all the drama before it.
Yes, you hope for a little bit of sympathy, but judges aren't there to give sympathy.
No,
They're there
that's right.
to give a cold-blooded decision.
Absolutely.
But let's talk about the program. The program was pretty good. Obviously, there was that awful
Beautiful.
moment, but it was pretty good.
Beautiful, lovely choice of music. And they skated it very, very well indeed.
Oh, I know.
Because it's just...
That's ridiculous.
Just ridiculous. Just they did what they can do.
The French team goes out and bangs their goddamn head at the Grand Prix final, and they come back at the end. And they did it themselves.
Paul WIRTZ, the trainer, who's Chris's brother. Mariana Zueva, the choreographer.
All the way in a stretcher.
Sorry, I was focused on that.
Well, obviously.
It's more interesting to try and eavesdrop on this thing.
Yes, yes.
It's really asked.
Note pour la valeur technique.
Marks for technical errors.
The Canadian
The Canadian judges marked it 4.5. And a couple of 5-1's going to be a lot better for presentation, but the Canadian judge, Susan Black, has not done them any favours at all. I can tell you that they are going to lead, which is as much as they could hope for. Let's forget everything else. They've done okay. The Canadian judge going with it on the presentation mark. And 7 first places, 2 thirds. But real thanks for these two for making us feel a little more comfortable.
Sur la glace, représentant les
Now,
États-Unis d'Amérique.
the Americans lying in 9th place. The American runners-up to Ina and Zimmerman from Newark, Delaware, where they train with Richard Luddington and Carl KAUTZ. Tiffany Scott and Phillip DULEBOHN, their first World Championships. Music here by Rachmaninoff. Very good indeed, side-by-side, triple toe loops. As we marked earlier in the short program, these two skating the opposite way round. Practically all pairs that we've seen. Split triple twist. Well done. Very double axel. This is very good.
Oh, yes. Perfect synchronization. Not only are the elements so far first class, but the choreography is wonderful.
long. Throw triple salcho that time.
What a shame.
First big mistake on the side-by-side double axles. Superb, apart from one mistake. But aren't they good? Their first World Championships, they've been a junior couple really, making their way until suddenly, in the last year or so, they burst on the scene. Third in the 4 continents. That's when we knew they were good. And now here they've endorsed that. And Tiffany's come well back into the system. She was injured during the 4 Continents Championship, had a back injury, but came back to win a bronze there, and this was very good all the way through.
Really was a performance right out of the top drawer. Fantastic stuff. Split triple twist there. We saw the triple toes from the beginning of the program. Some fantastic content. Such a pity she missed the double axel. I really hope the judges go with it, because the quality of the elements was first class. Throw double axel, and the timing on this combination spin, the synchronization, it's there for all to see. Throw triple salcho. He'll work hard, a little bit late getting that right leg back, but made it count, kept the free leg off. That's the important thing. They look bright as a button at the end of the program. And this was the one mistake. She just had to wait a little bit too far back on the forward outside edge going into that axle. Skate just ran away, and you could see her body weight tip out the circle. But apart from that, pretty much flawless. The team, well done.
Yeah, they're going to be leading for sure, and leading by some way. Oh yeah, look at those marks for technical.
5-3.
Worth it.
5-3.
Very, very good indeed. I loved it.
5-3s and 5-4. You'd imagine they're going to be first right across the line. Yes, they are. Judges really going with that. So the Canadians now down to second place, the Germans are third, and the leaders after the third group are Tiffany Scott and Phillip DULEBOHN from the USA.
Le couple ukrainien ne pourra pas reprendre la compétition. Dimitri PALARMARCHUK ayant été transporté à l'hôpital pour un examen médical.
We kind of need to lie down actually,
Yeah.
but we'll carry on because there are still 2 groups to go, and in this group coming up there's plenty more. There's confirmation. Scott and DULEBOHN lead from the States, and then Kristy SARGEANT and Kris WIRTZ
On the ice for 6 minutes
for Canada,
of warm-up.
and then Mariana KAUTZ and JESCHKE for Germany in third place. KAUTZ